Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Nock 3000s deck. These decks in particular are from the Nock 3000 X2 or X3s rather. It is a series of cards themed after the future. I'll leave a link in the description down in the description to the website. I don't believe any of these are still available, but if not, it will give a more in-depth idea of what the story is supposed to be. You also can check out Alex Pendra's YouTube channel, and there is the story of all of them. But this is on the right here. This is the gilded deck of Nock 3000 X3s, the limited edition 3000 X3s, and then the more standard Nock 3000 X3s. And then this deck is actually from the Nock 3000 X1s, which I believe first came out a couple years ago. But this is the gilded deck, which I don't believe they were selling initially, but if they were, it was really limited, and it was still limited in this release. So first I'm going to take a look at the standard. So if you take a look at it, it says the Nock 3000 X3s, and it is black and orange. The other colors were, the first edition were this, the white and blue that you're going to see before, and then a darker blue for the limited edition. And the second edition was a standard purple and a limited edition pink. But this deck is orange and black, Nock 3000 X2s or X3s, and I believe this is the last one. But when you open in the series, when you open the deck, you'll see this like chip there. And then when you take a look at the cards, there's the standard Nock Joker, which is a one color star, and this is orange. It says Joker on top, and then the Nock Ace of Spades, which is a thicker one with a line going through it. Then the rest of the number cards are normal, and when you get to the court cards, they're very custom. There's less intricate design in the clothing, but there is obviously changing of colors. There's this orange, it's kind of a neon-ish orange. The indice right here is in white, and you'll see that throughout the whole deck. And then the red is a little bit of a different red. It's a darker red. And then when you take a look at the court cards for these, it is also a custom one. The reds, the indices right here are still red, as well as the blacks, they are white. But that is basically it for the faces of the cards, and then you'll get a double backer and a blank faced card. And now we will move on to the back design. So if you take a look at the back design, it is the same back design as all the other ones, with this diagonal set of parallel lines that appear to be the same length, but obviously are not in a straight line, and then it breaks the border right there, creating for an interesting thing when you fan just like this. Obviously the more perfect the fan, the cooler this looks, but the same thing can be said when you spread it just like that. That's the whole idea behind borders that are broken. But now moving on, and I'll say this about all the decks that I opened today, all of them do handle nicely, as they were printed by the United States Playing Card Company. And now to the limited edition deck. There is only 3,000 of these printed ever. Mine is 2,755. And it is silver, and unlike the other deck, these little lines on the box are actually raised. But let's take a look and open this. You'll see that it is the same chip here. And then when you take a look at the actual cards, it is a aquamarine, I might say the color is. It's like a greenish blue. Then the rest of the cards are standard to this series, with a new color recoloration, of course, with this green instead of the orange, or this blue instead of the orange, but the same idea of the clubs and spades being customized on the court cards, and all the others being standard with the new coloration, then the double backer and the blank face card. Then of course looking at the back design, it is a very cool contrast between the mint green, maybe that's the word I can use, and then the silver and black, and just the contrast of all the colors ends up with a nice fan and a contrast and all of that. The same thing can be said for when I give the deck, let me try that again, when I give the deck a spread just like that. And yeah, so now that I've covered the two relatively standard decks, I'm going to now cover the gilded decks. I will open this one first. This is from the Knock 3000 X1s, or at least the back design. And yeah, the box is the same as all the other ones. And this, it's actually a circular seal, which you don't often see. Then that same chip. Right, so as far as faces go, you'll see that these are all the same. I only see one Joker. The other Joker might be in the back. Okay, there might only be one Joker. I'll look. Other than the rest of the standard new coloration, just like that, as you go through the whole deck, just like this. Let me look for that other Joker. Okay, yeah, it appears that there's only one Joker. I'm not exactly sure how or why. And then you get a double backer, but this is obviously not the color of the back design. This is the color of the other one, as this lighter color was the limited edition, and the darker was the standard, I believe. It could be the other way around. I'm not actually completely positive. I do have both, but it is one on either side of the blank faced card. And then when you take a look at the back design, this is what it looks like. I will span it and you'll notice something a little interesting. One, they're clumping a little bit, but the same can be said for this. But the reason that this is a limited deck is that it is a gilded deck. So when you take a look at the sides, you will see that it is reflective. I'm not actually completely sure on how gilded decks work. I'm not sure if it's a foil or if that's an ink or whatever it is, but that is each individual card. So with that additional color on the sides, it does make the handling a little bit worse. And I think that you could wear it in. Oh, found the other Joker. It was stuck in the box. But I think you could wear it in. But with that, you might start to see some chipping, because it is something that can chip off. And now to the gilded deck of this one. So let's get it. So again, the box is going to be standard, except for on the, it's actually the cellophane, and I realized this was the last gilded deck that I got from, that were Knocks, is there's a silver little sticker on the back that indicates that this is the gilded deck. And however, you can't really take off the cellophane easily, and I think that's for their sake, that you can, so it stays there so you know which one is gilded and which one is not. But the box, other than that, is standard. Let's make sure the Joker's not lost there again. Other than the cards are again standard with this orange and this new coloration. And you guys might even see this, the sides shining off of my hand a little bit. But if you take a look, right, they're all standard to the other deck that I just showed you, with a double backer and the blank face card. Same with the back design. However, if you take a look at the sides, they're reflective gold. I'm trying to make sure that this picks up on camera. I think the other gilded deck did. If not, I'll put up a picture right now. But yeah, it's a very interesting process, and it does make the deck feel a little more plasticky, which is an interesting idea, obviously, because it's not plastic. They're still printed on paper. But yeah, these were the Knock 3000s and the X3s. And for anyone that did watch my last video and the last video of 2022, as we are now in 2023, I did say that my first video of 2023 was going to be my collection of cards. But then with the holiday season and everything, I got this deck of cards, and decided that I was going to review this one first, or review these first. I guess there's 4 of these. Then my deck collection video will be coming out quite soon. Yeah, so that's that. And I now have a community tab, and I'm asking some questions there, and I'm going to ask this. But in the future, I'm planning on continuing to make consistent videos, and I don't know, I've made one reaction video before to a game show type show about Magic, and I've seen some other videos that I am interested in possibly reacting to, such as cardistry, and making maybe 1 or 2 more of those videos in the future, in the direct future. Then, you know, expanding onto creating shorts and stuff like that. So just let me know if that's something you guys would watch. But without further ado, I want to say thank you guys for making it this far. Happy 2023, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.